Picture this. Your child falls. Not badly, just enough to startle them, enough to make their eyes fill up and their lip tremble. And you are right there, watching it happen, and before they even make a sound, you are already saying it. You're fine. You're okay. That didn't hurt. Get up. And they do. They blink a few times. They swallow whatever was coming. They get up. And you feel something that you would never say out loud, but that is absolutely real. Relief. Because that was quick. Because dinner is still warm. Because you did not have to sit on the floor and wade through something messy and uncertain with a child who is still learning how to come back from hard things. There is nothing wrong with you for feeling that relief. Nothing. You are a tired human being doing an enormous job with very little margin. But I need you to stay with me for the next few minutes. Because that moment, that exact ordinary Tuesday afternoon moment that you will have completely forgotten by Thursday, is doing something inside your child's developing brain that you cannot see and that will not show up for years. And by the time it does show up, it will not look like a child who needed more emotional validation at age 4. It will look like a 28-year-old who cannot let anyone in. A teenager who says they are fine when they are clearly not. A partner who goes completely silent the moment a conversation gets real. An adult who handles everything alone and calls it strength and has no idea it started here. That is what avoidant attachment actually looks like when it arrives. And it almost never begins where people think it begins. It does not begin with trauma. It does not begin with neglect or cruelty or absent parents. It begins in the small moments, the unremarkable moments, the moments that looked from the outside like good parenting. Here is what you need to understand first, before anything else, because this is the piece that makes everything else make sense. Harvard researchers studying early childhood brain development have documented that in the first years of life, the brain forms over 1 million new neural connections every single second. And the single most powerful force shaping how those connections wire themselves is not genetics, not nutrition, not educational toys. It is the pattern of responses a child receives when they reach toward their caregiver with a need. They call it serve and return. The child reaches through a cry, a look, a gesture, running to you with something broken or something that scared them. That is the serve. And the return is what you do next, whether you move toward them or away, whether you stay or redirect, whether your presence communicates I am here and what you feel matters, or whether it communicates even gently, even lovingly. Let's wrap this up. The critical thing, the thing that changes everything, is that the child's nervous system is not learning from individual moments. It is learning from the pattern across hundreds of moments, over months and years. One distracted afternoon teaches nothing, but the pattern of emotional reaching being met with minimizing, rushing, subtle discomfort, or conditional warmth that teaches something the nervous system files away permanently. Reaching is unreliable. The safe move is to stop reaching. And your child, being the most brilliantly adaptive creature in existence, does exactly that. They stop reaching. They become easier, quieter, more self-contained, less emotionally demanding. And because our culture is deeply confused about what emotional health in children actually looks like, this gets praised. She's so independent. He handles things so well. They're so mature for their age. The child hears this. They understand, at a level far below language, that the version of themselves that earns the most warmth is the version that needs the least. So they build that version. They build it carefully and thoroughly, and they tuck everything else somewhere else. Now let me tell you exactly how it happens. The first pattern is the one I already described. The minimizing response. You're okay. That's not so bad. Big kids don't cry over this. Every one of those phrases, delivered with complete love and genuine good intentions, sends the child's nervous system a message it cannot unhear. Your feeling is too much. Your feeling makes me uncomfortable. The faster it stops, the better. The child who receives this message enough times begins to deliver it to themselves before they even come to you. They learn to argue themselves out of their own emotional states. They become their own minimizer self. And eventually, the feelings do not disappear. Because feelings never disappear, they just stop having anywhere to go. What works instead is almost embarrassingly simple. When your child comes to you upset, the only thing you have to do is stay physically close, name what you see, and not rush the ending. You're really upset right now. I'm right here. That is the entire script. You do not need to fix anything. You do not need to understand exactly what happened. You do not need to make it better faster. Your calm, present, unhurried body next to their dysregulated one is the return their nervous system is looking for. Do that enough times and you wire something in that will outlast everything else you do as a parent. The second pattern is one almost no one talks about, and it may be doing more damage than the first. You are warmest with your child when they are easiest, when they are cheerful, cooperative, not asking much of you. And when they are struggling, emotional, dysregulated, demanding, your engagement drops slightly. Your tone shifts, your patience shortens. It is not dramatic. You would never notice it on a single day. But your child's body notices it across hundreds of days because your child's nervous system is running a constant background calculation. What version of me gets the most of you? And when the answer is consistently the contained version, the easy version, they begin editing themselves. The messy parts go underground. The need goes underground. And years later, when someone who loves them is asking for all of them, they genuinely cannot access what they buried. The reversal of this pattern requires you to do something that will feel counterintuitive. Give your most enthusiastic warmth specifically when they are being difficult. When they bring you something hard, light up. When they cry, move closer. When they fall apart, that is when you most visibly show them that you are glad they came to you. I am so glad you told me this. Thank you for letting me see this. This is exactly what I am here for. You are rewriting the equation. All of you is welcome here, not just the easy parts. The third pattern is about timing, and it is subtle enough that most parents never see it. Your child is in the middle of a storm, crying, overwhelmed, falling apart, and you wait. You stay a little back. You give them space to calm down. And then, once the intensity has passed and they have pulled themselves together, you move in with warmth and presence and connection. Your child's nervous system registers this with perfect accuracy. Connection comes after I shut my feelings off. The pathway back to closeness runs through emotional suppression. And so they practice suppression. They get very good at it. They learn to present a calm exterior before allowing anyone close. And this becomes the habit they bring into every relationship they will ever have. The compulsion to manage everything privately before allowing anyone to see it. The wall that goes up the instant something gets real. Move toward them while they are still in it, not after. Sit with them inside the storm. Hold them if they will allow it. Let your calm body be present next to their chaos. You are not rewarding the emotion. You are teaching their nervous system the one thing it most needs to know. When I am at my worst, the people I love do not leave. I do not have to be okay before I am worthy of being held. That single lesson absorbed across hundreds of ordinary moments is what allows a person to one day let someone love them completely. Not just the curated version, all of it. The fourth pattern is about what you model, not what you say. You can tell your child every single day that feelings are normal, and asking for help is healthy, and no one has to handle everything alone. And if what they watch is a parent who never shows struggle, never admits uncertainty, never visibly reaches for support from another human being, they will learn from the watching and ignore the words. Because that is how children are built. You do not need to burden them with adult complexity. You just need to let them see you being honestly human occasionally. I had a hard day and I'm going to call a friend because talking always helps me. I don't know how to solve this, and I'm going to ask for help. I'm feeling frustrated right now, and I'm going to take a few minutes. Your child just watched a capable adult reach for connection during difficulty and survive it. They just learned that needing others is not a character flaw. It is what humans do. And the child who watches that grow up knowing how to reach when it matters most. The fifth pattern is the one that ties all the others together: praising the wrong thing. When your child manages their emotions alone, when they come to you already calmed down, when they handle something hard without falling apart, and you respond with, "You're so mature, you're so independent, I'm so proud of how you handled that yourself," you are accidentally teaching them that what earns your admiration is not needing you. Try replacing that specific praise with something different. "You were really struggling with that, and you let me help you through it. I love that you came to me." You are teaching them that reaching out is strength, not weakness. That the bravest thing is not handling it alone. The bravest thing is trusting someone enough to let them in. Here's what I want you to hold on to when you finish watching this. Avoidant attachment does not begin with bad parenting. It begins with ordinary parenting applied consistently in the wrong direction. It begins with love expressed imperfectly, which is the only way love ever gets expressed in the actual work of raising a child. You do not need to be a different parent. You just need to understand what your child's nervous system is learning from the small moments and make small corrections in the right direction. The pattern your child needs is not complicated. When I reach, you come toward me. When I am at my worst, you stay. When I show you the hard parts, you don't look away. Build that pattern. Repeat it across thousands of ordinary moments. And trust that what you are building is something that will hold them long after you are no longer in the room. If this landed somewhere real for you, share it with someone who is in the middle of raising a child right now. Leave a comment telling me which of these patterns you recognized in your own parenting or in the way you yourself were raised. Because this conversation matters, and I want to keep having it.